Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pop Voice, the show brought to you by the Suffolk Voice and Studio 73, where we talk about any and all things pop culture. I'm your host, Joe Benjamin, here with my other host, Mary Boucher.
Today we'll be discussing the latest on Kevin Spacey and other sexual harassment cases in Hollywood, how some celebs can share a little bit too much on social media, and the amazing cast reveal for the Lion King remake.
Yeah, so let's definitely talk about the Lion King remake. The cast list is amazing. We have Donald Glover as Simba, Billy Eichner as Timon. He does a Billy on the Street segment. It's hilarious. I watch that all the time.
Okay.
James Earl Jones, he was the original Mufasa in the '94 film. Now he's going to be Mufasa again.
Okay.
Keegan-Michael Key from Key and Peele.
Okay.
He's going to be one of the hyenas.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, right?
That was an amazing choice. Like,
yeah.
No one else could be a better hyena than him. Do you hear how he talks?
No.
It
was hilarious.
I think that's going to be a great, I think that was a great choice.
And then you got your girl, Beyonce.
I know.
When I saw that list, I was like, Mary's definitely going to watch this.
Obviously. Like, who doesn't like a show?
Right.
When Beyonce is involved. It's a show, a movie, a radio thing, anything. Just like
crazy.
On my Instagram timeline, I have a heart attack every single time she posts. I'm for real. Like, I really like Beyonce. I don't talk about her that much, like, just because, like, she's been around since, like, I've grown up. But I grew up around her, so, like, I, like, consistently, like, stay up on what she's doing. And I think she's going to do an amazing job at, what, like, her role in Lion King, for real. She always does everything she does to the T, you know? It's Queen Bee.
But some people were saying that she's going to steal all the spotlight from the actual movie, you know, because I saw a meme, you know, because memes are everywhere nowadays.
Yeah.
A picture of Simba saying Nala, and it's a picture of New York, like from like the I Love New York show.
Yes.
And it says Beyonce.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. But I can see why people feel that way, but at the same time, like, I feel like it's good publicity for the film, you know?
Right.
Putting such a big name on top of another big name, like, everyone loves Lion King and everyone loves Beyonce, so why would you not want to go out and see the show? You know, like, I personally don't think she's going to be overshadowing anything when you actually watch the film, because obviously, like, every actor has their own script and, like, role to play, and I think she's going to fit right in. I think she's going to be a good part of the cast, honestly.
I feel you. So I know it's like 2 years from now, but do you think they're going to win some, hopefully, Academy Awards?
They have to. It's a remake of Lion King. Like, I'm very excited to see, like, it be a real thing. You know, I'm excited for everybody that's in the movie, you know. I mean, 2 years flies by, you know. Before we know it, the movie's going to be here, and I think they're going to kill the Office box.
Yeah, man. So definitely 2019, check it out. And don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll discuss the sexual harassment cases that are filling up in Hollywood.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Welcome back. Ever since the Harvey Weinstein sexual assault, more women and men have been speaking out about not only Harvey assaulting them, but other actors and big-time producers, starting off with A-list actor Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, so with Kevin Spacey, it's been going on for a long time, since about 30 years ago, to be exact. We have an actor named Anthony Rapp. At the time he was 14 years old. I think he was like working on a movie set, and now he opened up not too long ago, just saying, "Hey, Kevin Spacey touched when I was a kid. You know, I'm 44 years old now, but I've been holding this in for about 30 years, ever since I was 14." So with that, like breaking news, like people are just like, "Wow, it's Kevin Spacey is involved with this." Like, you wouldn't expect actors to, you wouldn't expect this actor to be involved in, you know, another sexual assault that was led by mega producer Harvey Weinstein, you know. So
I personally think everyone is human, so you shouldn't think someone is incapable of doing something just because of their role in life. Like, that's their career choice, and obviously, like, people who have a platform should behave in a certain way because they are, you know, leaders and set the example for everybody else that's watching them. But I'm sorry, but it doesn't surprise me that since one thing has, you know, been revealed about A-list actors and producers, that it's like a domino effect, and people are like, opening up and saying, like, these people aren't what you think they are. And I think they deserve to have their true self revealed, because why are we going to continue praising and supporting these people when they're doing actions that are not okay in any kind of level, in any kind of circumstance? You know, for him to do that, for Kevin Spacey to do that to a 14-year-old kid, like, I understand alcohol was in the mixture, but you should never, ever approach a kid in that way. You should never approach anybody ever in that way. You know, like, sexual assault is something that is to not be played with. Right. And I feel like a lot of times we end up just brushing it under the rug because it's such a sensitive topic and it happens so often. But I'm happy that it's being put to the forefront and that it's being talked about, and hopefully, like, it doesn't stop at just being talked about. Things can start changing, and, you know, children don't have to be afraid of working in this kind of industry because they're scared of, like, what kind of adult they're going to be around. And I don't know, just even for adults to feel like they're safe in an environment is very, very important.
And I mean, adults has been sexually assaulted too. There was with Ben Affleck back in '03 with Total Request Live, like the MTV show back in the day. He had an interview with I think she was 31 years old. Her name was Hillary Burton. Okay. And she was sexually assaulted while she was interviewing him. And I feel you on definitely that, you know, adults need to speak up too. And now we're just getting this positive wave of people saying, like, hey, Ben Affleck touched me, Jeremy Piven, Steven Seagal, Ed Westwick.
Just a bunch of people we would have never thought would be doing these kind of things, and they are, and they deserve to be ridiculed. They deserve punishment, because no matter where you are in life, you're never too high up to be punished for doing something wrong. And what they're doing to children and adults is not okay in any kind of way. So I'm sorry to say. Well, I'm not sorry to say. I think they deserve it. I think they deserve to be punished. Like, I think they deserve to struggle for a little bit finding jobs and stuff, because they have ruined lives. Like, a lot of people struggle every day. You think it was easy for that 14-year-old to live 30 years in this secret, you know? And I can only imagine it must be very hard to be assaulted by somebody of the same sex, somebody that you looked up to.
And then, like, somebody in a high power as Kevin Spacey is, like,
exactly. Like, it's just so many things that shouldn't have happened there that did happen. So, I don't know. Like, he deserves anything that comes to him. Honestly, karma is a real thing.
Hey, and that's what we got, man. So we're going to take our last break, but when we return, we'll talk about the relationship between social media and how a certain celeb held nothing back to show his personal side.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
Welcome back. So singer Tyrese has been in some custody problems for his daughter between him and his ex-wife. And he recently went to Instagram to show how he feels. Check out this video.
I'll take my baby. I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
Oh. So, it's never cool for anybody to go through custody battles, right? Like, I can only imagine what it must be like fighting with an ex over my child. Obviously, like, I'm gonna do everything I can to get that child back. But social media is not gonna help you get your child back, you know? Like,
I mean,
I get it. You have fame, you have a voice, but, like, use that voice for good. Don't go on, like, freaking Instagram embarrassing yourself.
That was way too personal.
Too much, right? Like,
he said, like, I'm crying. This is my ugly cry face. Like, okay, we know that, but don't. It was like fake but real.
I was gonna say that, like, you sitting here saying on camera, like, this is your ugly cry face. Like, no one actually says, like, oh, look at my ugly cry face in mid bawling. Like, nobody does that. It's not real. And I get it. Like, I'm not saying his love for his daughter isn't real. What he went through isn't real. Like, I'm sure he went through a lot of pain, but, like, maybe you need to get away from all the light and all the spotlight to focus on what's important, which is your family, and like dealing, like going through this with a new wife. Like, just imagine like how his wife must have felt. Right. Like, with all of these people saying your husband is a deadbeat, he beats on children. Like, you know, people could have been thinking like he probably beats on her. So I think that was too much. So I think he hurt himself more than helping himself. How do you feel about social media, like having, I mean, not only celebs, you know, you have regular people that just post way too much information. How do you feel about that? I think, like, for example, we see Tyrese doing that, what he did. Right, you know? And like, just as like regular people, we end up looking up to those people who have like a platform. But honestly, like, I don't know if it's a positive or a negative effect for social media, what it has like on our generation. Like, I really think our generation is the guinea pigs for social media. So personally, I'm not the type to tell everybody everything that I'm doing. Like, I bought a new car yesterday. I'm very, very happy for myself. But
would you post it?
I'm not, like, maybe if I took a fly picture in my whip, but I'm not gonna like make sure that picture is taken right away. You know, like, that picture can maybe like be taken 5 months from now, and I'll post it. But I'm like, it's not important to me to tell people like I'm waking up, I brushed my teeth, I'm going to school, and like, that's how some people do it. And I think that's too much. It's overkill.
Or like maybe like you're taking like some people would, you know, take a picture of your car, but will also take a picture of the insurance sheet and like the receipt bill and all that. So like that's
trying to flex, saying like how much money you got. Realistically, none of us are balling. Yeah. Like, okay, some of us have more money than others, but like we're all working hard to like be better, to get settled into our careers, to get real money. Like, I don't have any friends that just own a home by themselves. Right. If you don't have that, you have baby money. So why are you sitting here flexing as if you're doing anything better than the next? Like, just wait until your real actual glow up comes. Then, you know, like, people are already gonna know you got it because you're doing better than them. But I feel like it's just more attractive and done better if somebody just is more low key about it.
And then when your glow up comes, make sure you don't be like Tyrese and post everything. Like, don't cry. Just don't cry.
Yeah, you honestly look like a punk, honestly. And on top of that, like, I don't believe that men shouldn't be allowed to cry, but that's like the stigma of society, and he should know that he's gonna get ridiculed for doing that on such a large platform. So I mean, at the end of the day, he knew what he was getting himself into. Yeah, and we'll definitely see what happens with this incident. But that's all the time we have today on PopVoice. But be sure to check out our other videos on the SuffolkVoice.net, our YouTube channel, The Suffolk Voice, and as well our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SU_voice. Until next time, I'm Joe Benjamin. And I'm Mary Boucher. See you again next time.